Well, happy Monday, everybody. How's it going today? Appreciate everybody coming on in here. I know Piper's going to be sending everybody over. I think they might just be starting to kind of filter in right now. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Piper Academy. We'll go say hey to the chat here in a minute. Joe, how's it going, brother?
Going good. Going real good.
Dude,
Busy day.
can I
Ooh,
just tell you?
busy.
Can I
But
just tell
doing
you?
good.
You look amazing.
Oh, thank you.
You can tell you've like lost some weight. You look amazing. I just gotta sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt what you were saying, but like damn, it's noticeable. I'm just saying.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm feeling good too. Feeling good. Keeping it up, every day. But just doing my thing. So thank you, man.
That's
Appreciate
awesome.
that.
Yeah, I was like, because when you just kind of came in there, the camera angle is a little different than normal. So I was like, holy shit, man, you look great. You look great. So,
Speaking about that,
hey,
I do need to fix the camera angle.
yeah,
But
but hey, cheers, Joe. If you got did you get your
cheers.
coffee? I know you've been busy. I
Yeah, I've
don't
been
have
so busy. It's actually empty. But we'll
that's
do.
that's all right. We can still do it. I got my water. I'm on the road today, so I don't have my normal CCM swag coffee mug traveling for the next week. So all of these next this week's streams here are going to be like literally on the road. But anyway, I see a bunch of people kind of jumping in. We'll go shout out the chat, and then we're going to get into some things. We're going to be talking Steak and Shake. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they're like all in on this Bitcoin thing. Sorry, just saying. And you can decide for yourself, I guess. We're going to take a look, obviously, the fear and greed. We're going to look at the debt, man. Just thinking about it already is getting my blood pressure going. Anyway, and then we're going to take a look, talk about the CBDCs that are coming out to a Euro country near you. I'll just leave it at that. I'm going to talk a little bit about MEXC and that whole debacle with them freezing that whale account. We're going to take a look at the recent court decision, appeal decision by against, in this case, Custodia Bank. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. And then I'm going to bring up New Hampshire and their Senate stalling out a mining deregulation bill. And we're going to obviously look at Goldbacks at the end. But the reason for the New Hampshire thing is because if you watch my channel, that Free State Bitcoin Digital Asset Conference I was at, they had the Blockchain Council as part of that, and they were talking about this bill. So I thought it was interesting that like maybe 3 weeks after they were talking about it at the conference, it basically is getting serious brakes put on it. But anyway, all right, let's go take a quick look at the chat. Appreciate everybody being here. And now when people come in really early, they can't, like, for some reason, I don't understand that their comments don't come into the stream. I don't get it. I can't pull them. But Chris Klein was here and he was like, man, I'm coming in early, smacking that like button. Appreciate you. And I replied to him and I was like, man, I appreciate you. Thanks for doing that. And the same thing with Floki's Angels. Floki was here and just like, man, I had to stop by. Appreciate you. I appreciate all of that. But we got Jesse in the house. Appreciate you. Channel members, you know the drill. Jesse emojis in the chat. Yes, smash that like, everybody. Automatic Beats in the house. Can't have a stream without Automatic Beats. Yeah. What'd you think, Automatic Beats? Did you see that video on I just put out about the Solana ETFs and Jar being a fanboy? Go check that out. Anyway, Steve Hickey is in the house. Good morning to you, sir. Yes. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Here we go. And he's getting Nightbot working straight up. Dave Digital. Listen, Friday night on Crypto on the Rocks was the first time I actually was able to get Nightbot live. And boy, did Dave Digital take that thing over and program some stuff. Thank you, Dave Digital. I appreciate you, man. And again, Simple Terms Podcast, 9 a.m. on Saturday mornings, man. You got to watch it. You just got to watch it. Yes. And everybody else, and getting Nightbot to do it. I love it. I love you guys. I really do love you guys. All right. We're gonna go into the news. We got a little bit of Bitcoin news this week, Joe, and Steak and Shake is the one that's kind of like the main thing here. Okay. But here you go. Steak and Shake setting up a Bitcoin treasury, which I mean, I don't know what took them so long. They're all in on Bitcoin, right? And they say that they're going to donate 210 sats per meal, which I mean, at the end of the day, current price isn't a lot of money, but like, I mean, 10 years from now, that could be huge. That could be huge. Anyway, I'll read through this and then Joe and I can talk about it a little bit because there's more news with regard to Steak and Shake. Anyway, they made this announcement on Friday, okay, that it met with strong approval from the community, obviously, because Bitcoiners want a Bitcoin, right? The company said that every Bitcoin meal sold, every one of them that they sell, they're going to donate 210 Satoshis. And they put the price in here right now. It's about 23 cents. So a quarter basically for every Bitcoin meal that they sell right now. That's going to get donated to OpenSats. It's a nonprofit organization that supports Bitcoin, the developers working Bitcoin Core and so on. The move positions Steak and Shake among a small but growing number of U.S. retailers integrating Bitcoin directly into their payment and philanthropic models. While the chain did not disclose how much of its sales came through Bitcoin payments since enabling them in May of 2025, because it's been a little while, Joe and I reported on that when it happened, the financial results hint at a growing traction of Bitcoin sales. I mean, it really does, because that's what they seem to. I mean, they came out with a Bitcoin burger, steak burger. I mean, man, it's just like the one thing after another after another. Anyway, accepting Bitcoin has also brought tangible cost benefits. In a May filing, Steak and Shake said it saved around 50% in processing fees compared to credit card transactions, underscoring one of the key financial advantages of BTC. That is an advantage. I mean, you can't break. I guess you can't find a point on that. Find enough point on that. If you've ever run a business, you know those that transaction fees from those credit card machines will kick your ass. It's that simple. They just will. Anyway, but that's not the only news here with Steak and Shake. They just also partnered with Fold. I'm sure we got a lot of people here who utilize Fold. If you're into getting Bitcoin rewards, there you go. Fold is one of the better places to do it. I like Lolly, but Fold is good. Basically, Steak and Shake partners with Fold to launch $5 Bitcoin burger rewards. So let's give this a quick read right here. So Fold is letting everybody know that it's turned. Let's try that again. Has teamed up with Steak and Shake for a limited promotion that lets customers earn $5 in Bitcoin for their meal. I mean, you're paying $5 for the meal ish. I think it was actually $7.99. But anyway, and then you're getting $5 back in Bitcoin, which if you save it, again, how much is that going to be worth in 10 years? So starting today, this was last week, Steak and Shake diners that order a Bitcoin meal or a Bitcoin steak burger and they got 1,200 plus participating locations, can visit, and they put the address here again, links to all of this in the description. And they upload their receipt. They'll receive a code redeemable for $5 in Bitcoin through the Fold app. I don't know. Winner, chicken dinner. I mean, if you're going to go out and do it, you're basically getting your money back to go ahead and buy a Bitcoin burger. Joe, what do you think about this, man? To me, just huge news for Bitcoin and Steak and Shake, quite frankly.
Yeah. I don't think there's a way you could lose. I mean, you're spending money anyway. And then now they're giving you The only downside is to set up a wallet if you need to, but then that's it. And then after that, every time you go over there, you get $5 in Bitcoin. I mean,
I know.
crazy.
It's absolutely crazy. It's but huge thing. And again, if you're already using Fold, if you're a Fold user, this is just like roll it right on in there, baby, and just keep it going. So I want to just give a couple more shout outs. Army Piper has dropped in. Appreciate you, sir. And thank you again for sending everybody over here. Appreciate that very much. Let's see, who else am I missing in here? Boy, you guys are going crazy with Nightbot. I love it. I appreciate the fact that you guys are doing that. Enjoy, man. Enjoy the Nightbot. Appreciate that. Let's see. Buy it with your 4% Bitcoin back on Coinbase card. And yeah, you know what? There you go. Piper again for the win. Piper for the win.
Wow.
Yep. I didn't even think about that. That's true. I should, not that I got a Steak and Shake around me. I actually don't have any in my area. But if they do, maybe I use my Gemini credit card, get the Bitcoin rewards for that. I think it's 3% back on dining. Yeah, that's a great idea, Piper. There it is. Piper for the win. All right, I got one more piece of Bitcoin news before Joe's going to get into the Bitcoin chart, and then we'll get on to everything else we have for today. So here we go. Excuse me. A new Bitcoin documentary called Unbanked, now available on Apple TV, Amazon Prime, and Google TV. Basically, at this point, it came out during and in celebration of Bitcoin White Paper Day. I'm gonna play this. It's about 2 minutes long, just to kind of give you a breakdown of the documentary itself, and then we'll let Joe get into the Bitcoin chart.
We have these dollar bills in our pocket backed by the government, and that's what money is. The purchasing power of the dollar never goes up. The dollar only goes down.
It's just a question of when will it utterly fail?
We can't be trapped in our bubble of the United States, so like it'll never happen here. It could certainly happen here.
No, I'm not Satoshi.
The monies that people are familiar with are regulated and controlled. Bitcoin is freedom money.
Bitcoin's coming in.
It's a new technology where the power is in the hands of the people.
You want to send money and receive money? It's outside the bank, bro, and it's much better.
Bitcoin's a hyped up fraud. The asset itself is creating nothing.
I would short it if there was an easy way to do it.
I think it's a scumball activity.
There's not that many people who want to buy pet rocks right now. The pet rock probably has more value because at least it's a rock.
Crypto is financing terrorism and human trafficking and drug dealing.
Do criminals use Bitcoin? Of course. Criminals use all useful tools, cars, cell phones, food and water. Governments do not like Bitcoin. They cannot control it.
We want the Bitcoin. We're going to seize your money. That freedom is power.
Governments would be removed from their ability to manipulate currency.
Bitcoin works because the software works, and the software works because there are people maintaining it.
In tomorrow's world, we will tell our children, instead of buy real estate, we'll tell them buy Bitcoin.
Some girls nowadays, them ask for some cryptocurrency.
You go to Central America, South America, Africa. These are markets that see Bitcoin as a necessity.
Seeing countries now adopting Bitcoin as legal tender, that opens up the whole world.
A lot of Nigerians don't use banks. I do not have IDs. All those things that you require to open a bank account.
Not everyone has, believe it or not, equal access to finances.
I remember being 40 years old and having $200 and that being my entire life savings and thinking to myself, what is going on?
I am all in Bitcoin. There is no bank account.
It is truly taking on its own life.
Once you have knowledge, well, what are you going to do with it? How are you going to change?
All right, there it is. So if you have Apple TV, Google TV, any of that, you already have access to go ahead and watch this. And wow, there's a number of documentaries out there. Matter of fact, I was talking about one, got to listen to her talk about it. Dirty Coin, seemed very good. I got to go back and watch the whole entire thing. I didn't get the opportunity to do that, but this stuff is coming out fast and furious, and we needed, if you ask me, to do some education here in the space, in my opinion. Joe, anything you want to add to that before we take a quick look at the fear and greed and then let you get into the charts? Oh, you're muted, Joe. You're muted.
So that was my secret to my success. I said,
oh, and there it is. All right.
So we got to move on. But
That's
no,
it.
I agree. I agree completely. That short little video, it explains like how money, it like.
Yep. In and of
not,
itself.
Yeah, and of course I put the link. We always do that.
I know. I saw that. I brought it up. There it is. Joe's all over it, man. He's got this thing down, and yeah, you guys got to watch this. You got to watch this video.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. Once you see that video, like it's pretty scary. But I am loving these videos that you're showing, even though they're 2 minutes long. They don't feel 2 minutes because it's just a bunch of information. Like, what? They really do that to us? But yeah,
yep.
Crazy.
And that's why I'm trying to keep them. Honestly, my goal is to keep them like under 3 minutes, if I can, to just kind of like pop them out there. Can't guarantee I can always do that. Obviously, it is what it is, but I'm trying like heck. And Jesse, member for 6 months, saying, "Woohoo, let's go!" Yeah, man, exactly. Appreciate you, Jesse, and everything you do, man. Everything you do. All right, let's take a quick look at the fear and greed, and then we'll let Joe jump on into that chart. Fear and greed right here at 42. Last week 51 when I was live last week, and last month, look at this, what a difference, 71 last month. I don't know, I gotta believe it's probably going to go down because I think Bitcoin is starting to drop, right, Joe? We're starting to see it move down. Yeah. So good Lord. But you know what, again, it depends on your mindset, your time preference. For me, go down. I don't care. It doesn't even faze me anymore. It literally doesn't. Joe, I think we are going to let you talk about the charts right now, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Very good.
There you go, sir.
All right. So here is a Bitcoin. This is on the 4-hour time frame. A few days ago, or whenever the price was here, I was thinking potentially come up to here. This is a daily support resistance level. We talked about this for the past few days. Found support here, broke right through it, found resistance here, came down into our bounce zone, broke right through it, broke again. And then, so when the price was here, what I was thinking was the price might come up. I'm not thinking it's going to go down further. I'm thinking we may come up to about here to potentially roll over. What we don't want to see is we don't want to see, if you're bullish, you don't want to see the breaks of these lows. If you're bullish, you don't want to see the break of the lows. If you're bearish, well, you don't want to see the break of the highs. And yesterday, the price was here, and I'm thinking, okay, well, the price could come down to about here. Again, we don't know, and this would be a nice area for it to potentially bounce, and then hopefully break here. But day before yesterday and yesterday, I wasn't sure which way the price was going to go. The previous day, I believe, when we were down here, this is when I was thinking maybe do this, but then as it's kind of like doing nothing, then it's like, well, it could just come down or go. Like, I got to wait and see. And that's this what the yellow lines represent. I just got to wait. If it breaks below this, then, we're going down. If it breaks above this. And to me, it sounds like it should make sense. If we go up, well, we're going up. If we go down, well, we're going down. But it can always flip at any moment. So then that's why we need to look at the bigger picture. For example, daily. On the daily, let's hide everything. On the daily, we can see that we're, kind of in this range. We're just kind of going up and down, up and down, up and down. What we don't want to do is break below this zone right here from this 108.2, I guess, to about 106.5. We don't want to break below this zone. If we break below this zone, well, then for all the liquidity traders out there, they'll be really happy to hear this. We could come after, this liquidity, but I look at this because this is just a wick. But this area, even though this is technically liquidity before everybody starts getting crazy, then we could come down here to this, which is 96, then next area 89. So these are all really nice areas where there's fair value gaps, or just people who went long, they had their stops under there. That's what creates liquidity. But yesterday or a few days ago, I was like, I'm thinking we might do something like this, maybe bounce here, but really weak, come back to our bounce zone, and then get rejected, and then continue coming down. Now, this is what I'm really kind of interested to see. Are we going to get a bounce to break a pivot here or here. That's what this is showing here. Showing a bounce, create another pivot, maybe one more lower swing before we break the pivot. Then hopefully we can go up. But there's so many hopiums right now. It's
right.
And Piper this morning, he showed some really nice things as far as Bitcoin goes, and as far as the kind of like the average of Bitcoin. And I mean, that when you zoom out, it really, puts everything in perspective. For example, like we just go to the weekly, we can see that, we lost our level, or we're losing our level. We still have 6 days. The week just started, but we're losing our level. Here's our level right at about 108.1. I'm looking at this part right here. And, we found support here right above it slightly. And then now we just broke straight through it. And here's the thing too, and sorry it takes so long, but if you want some more information, make sure to tune into my show. There's a new schedule every single day at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. And then I do bonus streams. Yesterday I did, I think, a 10 a.m. bonus stream. Day before that, I think I did like a 9 a.m. I forget. Today we're going to do a bonus stream at 12. So after this show, you can go to my show. We can talk more about Bitcoin and your coins. We got into a few trades. We did this one on air, and I tell you when to enter, all that fun stuff. And we lose. This one we lost. No, this one we won. We do lose. There was one that we just CAS we lost way up here, so we lose. So just let you know. But when it comes to Bitcoin, man, I don't want to say it's over. I really don't. I want us to get one more push. But man, I've been saying this for like 2 months already now. I thought this was going to be our push. When we came down, come up, come down, let's go moon mission. But then we're starting to, break these lows. We don't want to break lows. If you're doing market structure, you don't want to break the lows. So that's all I got for right now. What I think is going to happen, I think we're going to continue this possible thought process to where we went up, we come down, a bounce here. Right now we can see kind of a bounce. Once we create a pivot, this is what we're looking for, either to break this newly created pivot or the one that it just created. If it stops here. Again, I don't know what's going to happen. Sometimes I draw these out and I am spot on. Sometimes I draw them out and I am way off. Here you can see I only drew one up. I did not draw down. I'm thinking we're going to go up. And then here, as an update, I thought we might do this. Didn't happen. So again, sometimes I'm completely off. This one we drew a few days ago. Sometimes I'm spot on. So that's all I got.
Like most people, right, Joe? I mean, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
And there you go. Nightbot saying 96% chance. I don't know. You're proving it wrong so far right now.
Oh no, I got stories. But yeah, it's we don't know what's going to happen. We can have indicators. We can have stuff that helps us, whether it's moving averages, point of control, areas of just averages of volume. So all that does help us. What doesn't help us is all these whales selling. That's what doesn't help us, because then the averages don't matter. So yeah.
Yep. And Jesse's saying he's gonna miss you at noon because dinner time for him. And,
it's all good. It's all good. I appreciate you though, Jesse.
Exactly. I enjoy dinner. Hopefully you're eating something good.
He always does, man. He eats super healthy. Oh my gosh.
And that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing, right?
Yeah,
that's a good thing.
I said, man, that's my goal. My goal is to eat. I've been eating a lot of grapes. I didn't realize it, but I go and I look and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm checking my receipts and everything. It's like grapes. I love these grapes. Yeah.
There you go. Now, is it just the green ones, or do you like those purple grapes and stuff?
No, well, the green ones the last time, man, they were huge. They were like that big, huge.
Yeah.
But this time around, they're kind of But I think the purple ones are cheaper. I think they're like $1.50 a pound. The white ones were the same price, but this time I went, it was like $2.50. I was like, I'll do with purple.
Yeah. I'll take the cheaper one. Yeah. I was just curious. That has absolutely nothing to do with what we're talking about, folks. But,
inflation.
Yeah.
Inflation.
Yeah. Squirrel. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Back on track here. Automatic Beats saying Caspa's dead. You know what? Automatic Beats tomorrow night, when we're live with the Matrix 20 podcast, me and Jar, you need to stop in and throw that at him. I'll be interested to see what he says. Joe, you got any input about Caspa? I've given up following Caspa, to be quite frank.
Yeah, there's still people that like Caspa, people that I look up to, and they're really great fundamentalists and everything else. Me, I just want what's moving. Like I really don't care.
Yep, I'm with you. And here he is. Chris is back.
Except XRP. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Except XRP.
Nope. Yeah,
I don't like it.
You're lying. I know you love XRP, Joe. I'm just saying. I know it. He's one of those closet XRP fanboys there. Yeah. All right, that's all I got. Sorry. And Chris, welcome back. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, I shouted you out. It wouldn't let me even bring up your comment. You were so early to the stream, but I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much. And let's see. Okay, I'm just double checking to make sure before we go on, because we've got some stuff to go on. Yeah, a lot of people playing on with the Nightbot here. I appreciate that, guys. Enjoy. We're going to be taking a look at the debt in a minute. I'll try to get through it quickly because, we're going to look at what's going on with the euro digital dollar. Oh, my goodness. We're going to talk about MEXC, the Australian police cracking a cryptocurrency wallet, the appeal that got basically the Custodia Bank. Sorry. Come back and play again. But we're going to get into all of that. So when I was live last week, here's where we were with regard to the debt and the DOGE. Let me bring that up a little bigger there so you can see that. I can't even focus on the DOGE right now because it's going way too slow for me. But like the debt is on fire as far as I'm concerned at this point. 38 trillion. That was problem number one. 38 billion. So 38 trillion, 38 billion. Guess what? We were averaging for the longest time like around 29, 30 billion dollars. Well, that has come, that is gone. Even though the government is shut down, look at this. Over 100 and almost $10 billion in 1 week.
Woo, doggy.
1 week. I mean, I don't know what else to do besides keep trying to tell people this is what it is. Go figure out how to protect yourself. I mean, it's like, because this isn't going to end well. I mean, get everybody that's probably currently in this live stream gets that. If you're watching this on the replay and you don't know the why, again, I'm going to put it up on the screen because like Joe is all over it and putting the link here. You got to go watch this video right here and understand what the hell is going on, because man, it's going to hurt. When it gets here, it is going to hurt. It's that simple. Very
true.
Man. Okay. Sorry. I like I said, just going to breathe a little bit there. All right, there we go. But let's get on to the next piece of crap news. And the digital, and it is really, this is nothing more than a CBDC. Yes, I will put it in the description afterward, Jesse. Thank you for the reminder. Appreciate that. I should just have it permanently affixed in our streams, Joe. I think maybe I'll do that going forward. Anyway, so digital euro, the ECB. So, man. Bottom line is they're creating a CBDC. Okay. Yeah. Let's read through this. And there's a section I really want to read. And this plays to the poll that I put. Actually, no, MEXC. I put the MEXC poll. I was going to put this poll, but then I went with MEXC. Anyway, European Central Bank, so the ECB President Christine Lagarde, and again, stay till I get through reading this because I love one of the people's comments about her. Basically released a statement on Friday touting the digital euro, which basically a CBDC. She calls it a unifying force in the European Union. And they want to get it out as early as possible. As much as banknotes will continue to circulate, we want cash to be in the form of digital euros as well. Well, of course you do. That's the easiest way for you to control it. You can't control the paper, right? This is a big project. Yeah. Anyway, this is a big project because the euro is our currency, your currency. It brings us together. Yeah, right. It's a symbol of trust in our common destiny, please. So off we go with the digital euro. And we're in the final phase of preparation. And she goes on, and now this picture right here, my God, I mean, she just looks evil, doesn't she, in this picture? I'm sorry. I expect to see her in the background kind of wringing her hands, you know, like, hey, my pretty. Anyway, so, but then, you know, obviously it got a lot of pushback from not just like crypto related people, but just citizens who are like, yeah, we know where this is going. And to the point of right here, this guy who is the CEO of Helios said, "Be gone, witch. We're going to use private money." I like the "be gone" because again, it plays to the is that Karen? Yeah, Shuby, welcome. It does look like a Karen, doesn't it? I mean, oh my God, yes. She's evil. And Jesse, you might know better than I, but I'll tell you what, she just looks the part, man. I'm sorry, slice it, dice it. She just looks the damn part. And I don't know what the hell's going on over there in the EU, but man. I don't know. We'd be arrested right now, Joe, for even talking about it if we were over there. I mean, seriously. Okay, here we go. There it goes. But now,
side note, just a real quick side. The first time that I saw that people were actually getting arrested for posts, I thought it was like fake. I was like, there's no way that's happening. And then I was like, oh wow, it's for real. I thought that was pretty sad. It's like, man, you can't even say anything. It's crazy.
Yep. And there you go. Jesse spouting the facts. They want to control everything. Okay, we're going to go talk about MEXC in a second, but don't forget, if you are here on YouTube, just hang tight. We're going to head over to Joe's live stream very shortly, so be ready for that. But did you guys hear about this? Now, I know, Joe, you use MEXC a lot. I don't. I by the time I went to go to MEXC, they wouldn't even touch me because, again, I'm in the U.S., so they were like, and I wasn't wanting to play that game about, you know, using the VPN and all that baloney, so I was like, screw it. But anyway, here we go. It was all over X. MEXC apologizes, and you're going to love the apology, so sit tight for that. After wrongfully freezing $3 million from a crypto whales account. Like, first off, I wish I had the $3 million and more than an account, but yeah, okay, whatever. Crypto exchange MEXC has issued a public apology after freezing $3 million belonging to a well-known trader. His name, I guess he goes by the name The White Whale, admitting so MEXC mishandled the case and released the funds following months of public backlash. Now, the incident began in July, I guess. I didn't even realize it had begun that until reading this that far back. I thought this was something that happened within the last month. But I guess this began back in July when MEXC froze the trader's account, claiming he violated its terms of service by placing 2 orders within the same second. What? Anyway, I guess anything's possible. Anyway, which the exchange interpreted as automatic trading. The exchange told him his funds would be forfeited. Who the hell are they to take $3 million just because you did that? Those are his funds, not theirs. Again, here we go. This is going to be one of those days I probably should have not drank so much coffee. Seriously, though. Anyway, but the white whale denied the accusation and began publicly pressuring the company to return his money, as he should have, as anybody would, right? Anyway, after weeks of silence, the situation escalated when prominent on-chain investigator Zach XBT, and we've talked about him a number of times here. He does a lot of good stuff in the background, right, Joe? I mean, we've talked about a lot of that. If you follow him at all, I mean, he does some good sleuthing in the background.
Yeah, just from the stuff that you show, but yeah.
Okay. Anyway, he publicly defended the trader, amplifying calls for accountability. On Thursday, so this past Thursday, MEXC's chief strategy officer, whatever the hell his name is, I'm not going to try that, issued a statement on X. I love this statement. Listen to this. We fucked up. Okay, right there alone, you want to just punch him in the throat. But anyway, okay, fine. We apologize to the white whale, and his money is already released. He can claim it at any time. I messed up with communicating with him. I got emotional and shouldn't have. Well, obviously, you started off your apology emotional. How the hell can somebody like that be in charge of a cryptocurrency exchange? Just asking. I'm sorry. I'm asking for a friend.
Right. Yeah, in reference to, like, as far as refunding or anything like that, and I haven't used MEXC in a long time. I used to use MEXC like a whole bunch. But speaking about that, man, I have a little bit still left in there, but every month they're telling me I got to pay like $10. I don't know if it's a scam email or what, but they've done that for like a year now. I never click on the email, but I haven't gone to MEXC, but they tell me that there's a fee of $10, and every month I get that email. So I don't know if they're taking $10 out of my account, but it's been like a year now.
But yeah, for what?
What's that? I don't know. I'm not trading on there, so maybe it's a non-trading. I don't know. No idea. But yeah, so I don't click on any links, and so what I'm going to do is I got to do it already because my Palau ID expires next month, so that way I can get my. I just have a little bit of money in there. I transferred everything out about a year or two ago. But anyway, in reference to the person saying, "Oh, I responded emotionally," there's no emotions when it comes to a dispute. It's what are the rules for the exchange.
Yes.
There's none of this like, "Oh, well, I don't like how you said sir to me. You know what? Denied."
Yeah, no, it's like when somebody says, "God bless you." Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man.
With that kind of tone, you know? Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that right there, it's like, nah. Like there's no way that person should be in charge if he's letting his emotions versus, no, these are the rules. Now, granted, because you're a whale, we could possibly, try to help you out. That's bending the rules a little bit, but these are the rules, not, oh, my feelings got hurt. No, you don't do that. So, yeah.
Yep. No, facts. And the poll, 100% of you on board. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad to see that. Thank you. But thanks for taking part in the poll too, by the way. I'm sorry. You shouldn't have to get like Zach XBT involved, or he shouldn't need to get involved. Hell, it shouldn't have even gone, like I said, from July. But at the end of the day, who the holy hell are you to try and take somebody else's money?
Right. Just that in itself, $3 million. I don't care if it was $3, but $3 million.
Right.
I was like, oh, you did something wrong. We're going to take all your money.
Yeah. Besides like canceling your account, you're getting this, and we're taking your money.
I can understand canceling the account.
Yep.
But maybe the third time. The first time, you probably didn't read the rules. These are the rules. You can't do that. That's strike one. You can't do that again. Then if you do it again, maybe just 2 strikes and you're out. Okay, you did it again. We already advised you. You're out.
Yeah.
But I don't even think there should be like a fee involved or anything, but let alone the whole 3 million.
Yeah, the whole account. You forfeit your all your money. And you're right, Joe. It doesn't matter if it's $3 or 3 million. You're right.
Yeah.
Absolutely right. Well, then again, we deal with that all the time on YouTube. Just saying. But before I get myself banned here, we should probably move on. All right. Did you hear about this, Joe? The Australian police are saying that they cracked a wallet on a phone and seized $5.9 million in crypto. Do you hear about that?
No.
We're going to be talking about it tonight in greater detail, along with a couple of other things, but this in particular on Hot on the Line, myself, BC, and Bedell. So at 7 p.m. Eastern, make sure you are here for that. But let's just kind of go through it a little bit. The Australian police cracked a coded cryptocurrency wallet backup containing 9 million Australian dollars, so about 5.9 million US. The commissioner came out and described the effort as miraculous work during a Wednesday speech, crediting a data scientist whom has been known to work with the agency before, and they call this person the crypto safe cracker. Okay. During an investigation into purported well-connected, I'm using my air quotes here, alleged criminal who stockpiled cryptocurrency by selling a tech-type product to alleged criminals. It already seems like it's going down a rabbit hole, just saying. The police came across a password-protected notes section on the mobile phone. Upon further investigation, they identified an image also containing random numbers and words. The Barrett, which is the police chief there, said the numbers were divided into 6 groups with over 50 combinations. Their digital forensics team determined it was related to a cryptocurrency wallet. The suspect allegedly refused to hand over the keys to this wallet, which this, first off, shocked the crap out of me before I bothered to read the rest of this. An act, so they come and get you for whatever, and they want to get into your crypto wallet. You say no, 10 years in prison. Bam. Straight off the cuff. Straight off the cuff. Like, WTF.
How free are we? That's the question.
Well, in Australia, obviously, since they confiscated all their guns, not very much. But anyway, I'm not going to go into their thing here. I want to go into how they say it was cracked. Because, in my opinion, once you listen to how they cracked it, using my air quotes again, frankly, in my opinion, it was operator error that allowed them to be able to crack it. But anyway, so one of their data scientists realized the alleged criminal tried to create, and there it is, a crypto booby prize, as they called it, in how the numbers were presented. So in other words, they basically tried to create their own 24-word seed phrase. And you can do that using the BIP 39, if I remember correctly, protocol in order to create a seed phrase. Okay, you can do your own seed phrase. They're not as secure as if you have it randomly generated for you. And here is a prime example of that. The data scientists explained that some of the number strings felt wrong, and they looked like they were not computer generated. He added that those strings looked like a human and modified the sequence by adding the numbers to the front of some sequences. So basically that was his method to crack the proverbial code, if you would. And it goes on to say that this wasn't their first time. He's worked a lot of cases, been able to crack a lot of these things. But at the end of the day, they were able to get in there because of human error, or I don't want to say human error, because you have the ability to be able to create your seed phrase, right? But like, why humans are not as random as computers. We're just not. We're going to fall and fault to patterns, and anybody, even a computer or whatever, will see those patterns. And this, at the end of the day, is the result of that. Joe, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, first when you're reading that off, before you got to the part where he literally had it on his phone, they just needed to put the pieces together. So huge error on the user. But first I'm thinking, okay, they cracked his code. How is his family doing? Is his family missing some fingers?
Yeah.
You know, how did they get what they needed? So
yeah.
So,
And honestly, that's probably the usual way, right? That's the usual.
Yeah. We have our scientific forensic blah blah, who's a mastermind criminal. He got the passcode in 14 minutes because it took 13 to drive to the house. Okay.
And he only needed the wrench. But anyway. Yes. Sorry, it's really not funny, but like seriously, thank you, Chris. I get it. And yes, exactly. Not your keys, not your crypto. And listen, man, I get it. I understand the want to be able, and I'm sure even though he had it embedded on his phone and pictures and all this other stuff, which again, I mean, that's been standard operating procedure for embedding like malware and that kind of thing for what, decades now. Anyway, probably wanting to have a seed phrase that if he lost his phone, I know what my seed phrase is. I don't even have to back it up. It's here. It's up here. You know what I mean? And be able to do that. Oh, man. Yeah, go ahead, Joe.
Story time.
There it is. There it is. So Nightbot was right.
Story time, guys. So my phone got broken last year. It was broken, and the very first thing, I didn't care about my contacts. I didn't care about my whatever. Like whoever's going to call me is going to call me or communicate. But all of my money, that's right, guys, $14 is on my phone. And the very first thing when it broke is like, oh no, all my money is on the phone. So now I'm trying to turn it on. It doesn't, the screen's cracked, the whole nine. And I had to pay somebody to put a new screen and everything on my phone. Yep. I tried doing it and try to save some money. All I got is $14. So I was like, yeah, it'd be pretty cool, try to do it. And I'm doing it and crack. It's like, ooh, I don't know if that was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And then I'm taking pictures of everything, my steps. I was like, I don't remember this. I think I got an extra piece. Like, dang it. So then I had to get somebody to do it for me. And they did it like really quick because that's all they do. But anyway, my phone was turned back on and all my money was there. So like that's the scariest part. That's so scary. And just imagine. And people have done this. I've heard stories about this where they're out fishing, their phone drops, and all of their stuff, because they don't have any backed up. So I do have multiple phones, 3 phones, in fact, that have all of my authenticator.
Oh,
so
authenticator. Yeah.
If one of them, whatever, I still have 2 others. But when that person told me that story that he was out fishing, his phone fell over the boat, and there goes his money.
Yep.
Like, that's another thing too we got to think about.
Sleeping with the fishes.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, I appreciate that story time, Joe. I really do.
I love stories. I have a lot of stories.
Yeah. And Nightbot, even that last time, do you see that 94% chance? It knows you, Joe. It knows you.
That is so funny. I need to do the Nightbot. It's so funny.
Oh my goodness. You can plug phone into, and by the way, welcome, Tech Man, into adapter and backup flash files and use them on an external monitor. That's true. Yeah, I have done that. But yes. I lost all of my keys in a boating accident. Every one of them. I can't give you anything. Yeah. Oh, let's hope they don't bring that crypto scientist over to your house to come and get your money, man. Okay, we got to move on because in about 10 minutes, oh my goodness, we were just chatting along here. In about 10 minutes, we're heading over to Joe's stream. If you're on YouTube, just sit tight. We're going to head right on over there. He's doing a bonus stream today, so we're going to jump right in and raid that stream. But end of last Friday, an appeals court basically said, the Fed can deny Custodia Bank a master account. Now, this battle has been going on with Custodia Bank for a long time between them and the Fed, where they have, because they have a state charter, so does Kraken, for those who may not know, who are either listening to this now or on the replay, in the state of Wyoming. And so they need a Fed master account to do all these other kind of money transfers, et cetera, basically to plug into the Fed wire system, the SWIFT system. The Fed has denied them the ability to do that. And, because heaven forbid, the banks currently in the system basically rely on each other and have to rely on the Fed, especially if the repo market overnight freezes up, what do? Bam, in comes the liquidity from the Fed to kind of keep it all running. Custodia Bank wouldn't need any of that because they're going to be 100% reserve. So heaven forbid, you'd actually want to have somebody's money in the bank when they give it to you. I know I'm speaking craziness right now. But anyway, just to give you this was an appeal. Their district court in that area basically had already said, nope, can't do it. The Fed can do whatever they want. And now the federal appeals court basically has said the same thing. In a 2-1 ruling, the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals agreed with the lower court that the Fed has discretion over which financial institutions can hold master accounts. And again, that gives direct access to Fed services. Basically, the court concluded that while Custodia Bank is technically eligible because they have met all the requirements to have this account, they are and have fulfilled all the requirements. The Fed's still going, none for you, for whatever reason. Okay. But they basically, the court says their eligibility does not guarantee entitlement. And I guess to some degree I see that, but it's like, okay, the law literally says shall be issued. If you meet these criteria, it shall be issued. In my opinion, and again, not financial, legal, or whatever advice, just an old guy who pays attention to things. If it says it shall be issued, then who the hell are you to say it shall not be issued?
Well, they're probably
especially after you say, oh, guess what? Yeah, you did it, but yeah, sorry.
Yeah, they're probably reading it as it shall be issued, but it doesn't say it will be issued. It shall be, to where we can, but it's not we will. Like we can, and maybe at some point we will, but right now it shall be. Like,
yeah, right now it's like
maybe. Yeah. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It is. It's absolute insanity. Absolute insanity. Okay. And basically, here was what they wrote in the rejection. We reject Custodia's attempt to impair the Fed's ability. They're not trying to impair the Fed's ability. They're trying to hold the Fed accountable, in my humble opinion. But we reject Custodia's attempt to impair the Fed's ability to safeguard our nation's financial system. Bullshit. Sorry, did that slip out? Through the exercise of discretion. Now, there was in this decision a dissenting opinion which was written right here. In a dissenting opinion, Judge Timothy Timkovich, hopefully I got that right, And I don't know why it matters that he was appointed by George W. Bush, but whatever, argued that the Fed's own statutes mandate it provide payment services to all eligible non-member banks. And that is, again, shall be issued. But again, he was in the minority. So at this point, that's what it is. This case comes clothed in 21st century terms. Cryptocurrency, digital assets, instant wire transfers, and master accounts, he wrote. But there is nothing new about this issue. Right. Because it's either they, get the account because they've met the criteria, or they didn't meet the criteria. Boom. End of story, my opinion. Anything else you want to add on that, Joe, before we kind of move on? Custodia Bank seeming to take it pretty well. They're taking a lot of credence from the dissent, but we'll see where it goes from here.
Yeah. No, nothing to add. But in reference to, I forgot the transition word that I could have used. But transitioning, I'm going to have to transition to my show. So I'll just use that word. And I do thank you guys very much. If you're on X, come on over to YouTube. You will be automatically forwarded to my channel. Of course, while you're here, smash the like if you haven't already. And I greatly appreciate you guys. So today I'm doing this stream on CCM's channel. Then we're going to do my bonus stream at 12 o'clock. So we're going there right now. And then at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard, we're going to be doing my normal stream. So today is a busy day. All right, guys. Let's see if we can make some money. I do thank you, and we'll see you.
See you shortly. Thanks again, Joe. Appreciate you being here, man. Always appreciate Joe being here on Mondays, Wednesdays what is going on? There we go. Mondays and Wednesdays, and helping out here, giving you the breakdown and the charts. And we're going to go raid his stream. I've got two more things to talk about, and then we're going to head on over there to catch up with him. So let me get to that, and then we'll move on. So here we go. New Hampshire Senate stalls out the mining deregulation bill after a split vote. And just really quick, a vote on the Senate Commerce Committee bill aimed at deregulating cryptocurrency mining in New Hampshire was split on Thursday after senators reported that public feedback on the bill has surged since it was last debated. And I'm going to just point out, for those who have not watched the blockchain council, the interview or panel that I put out from the Digital Asset Conference in New Hampshire, where they actually did, this was one of the topics they talked about. And in that particular topic, one of the members of the council was like, listen, reach out to your senators, tell them what you think about this bill, because basically, in a nutshell, what they, according to what the council put out that day, was that they were trying to, instead of put this bill out to say, you can't discriminate, none of you, like local counties, towns, that kind of thing, you can't discriminate against somebody who wants to run a Bitcoin miner, whether that's saying, oh, you're using too much energy, whatever it happens to be. Actually, they talked about it, and go watch that video, links in the description. They talked about it where it was noise. My God, these Bitcoin miners are going to make so much noise, nobody will ever be able to sleep in the town. Those are obviously people that don't have a clue about Bitcoin mining. But anyway, so I think personally that they've been making that kind of noise. The blockchain council, telling people to go, hey, listen, write your state senators, tell them that this is important to you, tell them why it's important to you. And that's why that the Senate here in this case is seeing an increase in feedback. And I just want to go through this because I think that the statement is telling at the very end of this article. Excuse me. After being blocked twice, once on advancing the bill and again a second time on rejecting it, the committee ultimately voted 4-2 to send the measure for further review and do an interim study. basically, and it tells you what I just said, that it would prevent municipalities from creating restrictions on crypto mining. And again, right here, rules around electricity use, noise, etc. And again, I can't believe that it's even noise. Are you kidding me right now? Anyway, it's not like you're going to be putting out your ASIC miner in your front yard and running it. And even if you did, whatever. Anyway, the bill's first vote in May, senators returned the measure to committee to fine-tune the language and rally more backing. The bill, sponsored by Republican Representative Keith Ammon, and that's one of the guys who was talking about it in that video, so again, go watch that video, said it's expected to come forward to the full Senate in 2026. Now, this is the part where I have at a local level the ability to, what's the word I want? Not manipulate, to affect change in our legislative process. On Thursday, Senator Tara Reardon of Concord told the New Hampshire Bulletin, so their local paper, that the proposal has generated the most emails she has ever received for a single bill. Boom. There it is. You too can make a difference. And, if you take the time to get involved in local politics, and making these changes on a local level are just the way to be. You're going to have, I know we all follow the national politics, even the state politics, but it is so much more effective on this local level. Anyway, I want to get going because we're overdue to get over to Joe's stream here. Okay. Listen, did you see this? Today's the day, and I'm putting it out here because I know I got a lot of people who not only are in this live stream as we speak, but who watch this on the replay, who are into the whole Goldback thing. Well, guess what? Pre-order day is today. Starts today for the Arizona Goldback. And again, take a look at this thing. The artwork on this is just phenomenal. It's beautiful. Well, the artwork on all of them is phenomenal, let's be honest. But remember, like I mentioned this, I think it was last week, that this pre-order was coming. And the last time they did a pre-order like this, I think it was like they were done within a week because so many people did the pre-order. So you're hearing it here first. If you're into the Goldbacks and you want to get your hands on the Arizona edition, pre-order starts today. Again, links to everything are in the description. Make sure you go ahead and do that. Okay, that's going to do it for today's show. Let me just give you a quick rundown what's going on for me for the rest of this week. Like I said, I'm on the road this week, so things are all over the place, but I'm going to try and keep to the schedule. Tonight, myself, BC, and Bedell, we're going to be talking a little bit more about that whole Australian police cracking that phone. So make sure you are here for that. We're also going to be talking in greater detail about MEXC and them locking up that Wales Wallen, basically trying to take his money, and a couple of other things. So make sure you're joining in 7 p.m. tonight right here to get that. And let's see, tomorrow night, myself, Crypto Jar, and possibly BC. I still got to talk to him to see if he'll be back. 6 p.m. tomorrow night, we're going to go over the latest outages with regard to Amazon Web Services. If you didn't watch our episode last week, man, go. You will appreciate that. And we got a couple, Jar's got a couple of other things he wants to go over. So come on tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern time for that. Wednesday, Joe and I will be back at 11 a.m. for this midweek check-in. And of course, Friday night, we're going to be celebrating Shuby's birthday on Friday night. His birthday, I believe, is Monday. I don't have the calendar right in front of me, but we're going to celebrate his birthday Friday night on Crypto on the Rocks, 7 p.m. Eastern time. So you don't want to miss that. All right. We're going to head over to Joe's stream. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Appreciate all of the comments. I really appreciate everybody being here. But we're going to head over to Joe's stream. When you get there, you know the drill. CCM Raid in the chat. All right. I'll see you over there. Take care.